Okay, well, this is the finished tart. I really screwed up because I melted the gelatin mix and stirred it hot into my cream and it broke it like a dumbass. So what I did was I took some of these fresh local strawberries I have and sort of put them around, and I put on some powdered sugar with my sieve, and then I sprinkled some of the colored decorations on top just because it's a birthday thing. And the side is a little high. I wanted to fill it with piped, thick and stabilized whipped cream, and I messed up, and that happens. When you're cooking, you mess up, and you live and learn. And I try to follow these directions on websites, and I very often get it wrong, and that's okay, because next time I won't do that. Like next time I won't bake my apple galette too long. I'll listen to my instincts and take it out when I know I should, because the oven runs hot here. I'm getting a new oven soon. I have one on layaway, so this oven is not going to be my permanent oven by any means. I'm still getting set up here, so I think I'm doing okay for the small amount of space I have, counter space, cooking space. I think I'm doing alright. And it looks good. I know the ganache is good because I ate a lick of it, and so did Robert. And these are fresh local strawberries that I got at a farm stand. And I just sort of, line them up a little and try to make it look pretty. I'm really not an expert decorator, but once people eat the Jacques Pepin crust and the see, that's a seam from the piton, this thing. It's a cheesecake pan. I call it cheesecake pan. I know it's a springform pan, but the crust is good because you can't go wrong with that crust. You just mix it up in a food processor. I put the link in my last video, I think, and it's wicked good. It's super easy. It rolls out easy. It's not like, when I used to make pie crust, when I first started making pie crust, I was 13, so that would have been like 40 years ago ish, 39 years ago. And I would use Crisco, because that was what was in the cookbook that I had, was using shortening and ice water, and I would mix it with a fork by hand. And my Grammy said I made a really flaky pie crust, and it was good. The pie crust was good. And the first pie I made, I didn't peel the apples because my mom was working and my dad didn't know, and I thought the apple peels would melt, and they didn't. And my mom came home and said, "It's really good, but why didn't you peel the apples?" And I was like, oh. And then I talked to my grandmother Crowley on my dad's side, Nummy. She was really a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she said, well, she was up in northern Maine, and she made a pie for her father and I guess other family members, and they came home at lunch and ate it, and she forgot to put the sugar, so it was very tart. And her father ate it and said, "This is wonderful, Laura." And he went back to work, and then she tasted it after they left, and it was very sour. And so I didn't feel so bad after that, because things happen and you just have to punt, and you can't go wrong with this chocolate ganache. I didn't whip it in the mixer. I whipped it by hand because I did not want it to get grainy. And I messed up with melting gelatin, putting hot gelatin into cold cream, and it broke it. And I've broken sauces with cream before, and it happens when you're working with ingredients with fat in them like cream. It happens, and I know I can fix a broken sauce by adding a little butter to it, etc., because I've experimented with that. And but there's no way to fix broken whipped cream as far as I know. It's trash. I tried putting it with a KitchenAid, and it's a mess. It wouldn't whip up. I'm like, but okay, let's put on some strawberries and some powdered sugar, and people will eat the chocolate and they'll like the crust, and So, you know, I've just been, I'm not going to stress over it. There's no use stressing over food. If you live in a first world country like I do, there's no way you should stress over food. And I try to be frugal. I try to use everything that I buy to the best of my ability, but, you know, I wasted a little cream, and live and learn, and next time I'll do better. But it just looks really good. I can't wait to try it. So, have a good night. Bye for now.